Welcome back. All right, time to preview this weekend's games. We have 4 games tonight in the National Hockey League. We have 12 games on Saturday. Not as busy as some Saturdays. And then we have 6 games on Sunday. Of course, this coming week, things get really lopsided when it comes to the schedule. But for tonight, we have 4 games in the National Hockey League starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. 4 Pacific, we have 2. Beginning with Chicago and Buffalo. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on April the 13th in Chicago. The Blackhawks are 10-6-4 overall this season. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. So they were 5-3-2 in their first 10 as well. Consistency over the last month. So from October 22nd until now, Bedard, 13 games, 11 goals, 11 assists for 22 points. Colton Dach, 2 goals in 13 games. He's more prominent than that, though, so I wouldn't be surprised if he starts getting some more points. On the Buffalo side, 7-9-4 is their record. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10 games. Tage Thompson, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. Peyton Krebs, 3 assists in 14 games. He's more prominent than that. He's due for a goal. We'll see if he gets it tonight. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. Minnesota playing in Pittsburgh against the Penguins on October 30th. Pittsburgh went into Minnesota and won that game 4-1. Minnesota's looking for a measure of revenge. Minnesota's much better now than they were then. They are 10-7-4 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. Kaprizov over the last month, the leading scorer for Minnesota, 14 games, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Hartman, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for Hartman. On the Pittsburgh side, they are 10-5-4, and of course, this is their first game back after playing in Sweden. 4-3-3 in their last 10 games. Crosby, their leading scorer over the last month, 12 games, 8 goals, 5 assists for 13 points. Tommy Novak, 12 games played, just the 1 goal with 4 assists, 5 points. Might be due for a goal. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start. Carolina playing in Winnipeg against the Jets. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on November 28th, so in a week. Carolina, 13-5-2 overall. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. Ehlers, 14 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points for Ehlers. Martinook, 14 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. Really a glue guy, Martinook. You're not necessarily worried about the offense, but he's due for a couple of points. On the Winnipeg side, of course, hosting Nick Ehlers is going to be interesting for them. They're 12-7. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Morrissey's their leading scorer over the last month. 13 games, 4 goals, 15 assists, 19 points. Jonathan Toews is playing well for Winnipeg, but the offense not what it once was. 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points over the last month for Toews. Then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the Boston Bruins playing in LA against the Kings. They will meet again in Boston on March the 10th. Boston's 12-10 overall. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Pastrnak leading them in scoring over the last month. 14 games, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Kuznetsov, 12 games over the last month. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points for Kuznetsov. He's played well, though. The Kings are 10-6-5 overall. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10. Corey Perry remains their leading scorer over the last month. 14 games, 7 goals, 5 assists for 12 points. And more. Quiet start for him to the season. Quiet first quarter. 13 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points for Moore. Moving on to Saturday. All right, we have 1 game starting at 10 Eastern, or at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then 1 o'clock Eastern, so 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure on that one anyways. And then 2.5 hours later, we get another game, and then we get all the 7 o'clock starts. 7 o'clock Eastern, of course, 1, 2. We got 6 of them. One an hour later, 1 an hour later, and 2 an hour after that. So there's no games that start on the half hour, so I might be able to get some of the review done early. We'll see how that all turns out. 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. The Columbus Blue Jackets playing in Detroit against the Wings. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll play again December 4th and April 7th. Columbus, 11-8-2 overall this season, 4-4-2 in their last 10 games. Werenski, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 5 goals, 10 assists for 15 points. Chinakhov, quiet, 12 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for Chinakhov, who's still here. Detroit, 12-8-1 overall, 4-5-1 over their last 10 games, so been a bit of a rough patch, and they're going to want to bounce back from last night's destruction at the hands of the Islanders. DeBrincat, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. Those are good totals. Appleton's quieted down after a strong start, 4 assists in 15 games over the last month. 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, the St. Louis Blues playing in New York against the Islanders. This is the first of two meetings. They'll meet on March the 10th as well. So March 10th is on the board twice, and it does look like Mario. The St. Louis Blues 6-9-6 overall. They are 3-3-4 in their last 10 games. Falk, the leading scorer for St. Louis over the last month, 15 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points. Buchnevich, one of the quiet members of the St. Louis Blues offensively, 15 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points over the last month. For the Islanders, they're 12-7-2. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10, and they're coming off a road trip where they won 6 out of 7. Horvat leading the way for them over the last month, 15 games, 9 goals, 9 assists for 18 points. And Anders Lee, 15 games, 1 goal, 6 assists for 7 points. He's due for a couple of goals. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens are probably going to be pretty happy to see each other. Montreal's at home in this one. Toronto won the last meeting 5-2. These teams meet again December 8th and March the 10th. Mario's on the board again. Toronto, 9-9-3 overall. They're 4-4-2 over their last 10. Tavares leading the way in scoring because he's their MVP. 14 games, 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points over the last month. Easton Cowan, 9 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points over the last month. On the Montreal side, they're 10-7-3 overall, but they're 3-4-3 over their last 10 games. Caulfield, 13 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points to lead them in scoring over the last month. Slavkovsky's gone kind of quiet. 13 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points for Slavkovsky. They need a little bit more out of a lot of players, goaltenders, defensemen, forwards. It's just one of those things. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. Edmonton playing in Florida. Yes, it's the Stanley Cup final rematch. These teams meet again in Edmonton on March 19th. The Oilers are 9-9-5 overall. They're 3-5-2 over their last 10. McDavid, their leading scorer over the last month. Surprise, surprise. 16 games, 8 goals, 16 assists for 24 points. That's right, 16 games since October 22nd. Savoy, 16 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Prominent, not getting a lot of points. On the Florida side, 11-8-1's their record. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Marchand continues to be their leader. 11 games over the last month, 10 goals, 5 assists, 15 points. Verhaeghe, very quiet. Verhaeghe was quiet during large stretches of last year as well. Just 7 assists in 12 games over the last month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. New Jersey playing in Philadelphia against the Flyers. First of 3 meetings. They meet again November 29th and April 7th. The New Jersey Devils, 13-6-1 overall, but they're 5-4-1 over their last 10. Dawson Mercer, 14 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points, is their leading scorer over the last month. Cotter, 14 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. I could use a few more points from Cotter. On the Philadelphia side, they are 10-6-3 overall. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10. Zegras leading the way for them over the last month. 13 games, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. What an amazing swap of players Anaheim and Philadelphia have had, and it seems to have benefited both teams. Noah Cates, 13 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. He's capable of more than 1 goal in 13 games. He might be due for one tomorrow. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. Seattle playing in Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh's on a back-to-back. January 19th, these teams meet in Seattle. The Kraken are 10-5-5. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. Jaden Schwartz leading the way in scoring over the last month. 13 games, 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. Ty Cartier, 13 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for Cartier. On the Pittsburgh side, they are 10-5-4 overall. They're 4-3-3 in their last 10 games. Brian Rust leads them in scoring over the last month outside of Crosby. 12 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. And Letang, same numbers as Novak. 12 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points over the last month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Tampa and Washington. They're playing for the third and final time. It's been close both times. On October 14th, it was an overtime win for Washington, 3-2. And on November 8th, it was a 3-2 win for the Lightning. The Lightning are 11-7-2 overall. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Kucherov, 14 games, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points to lead the way over the last month. Yanni Gourde, 14 games, 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points for Yanni Gourde. On the Washington side, 11-8-2 is their record. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. Ovechkin leading the way over the last month. 14 games, 9 goals, 6 assists for 15 points. Sordoff. Wanted to mention Sordoff because he's been prominent. Good fourth liner. Seems like he was a good pickup for them in the offseason. 14 games, 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points over the last month. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Ottawa continues their battle through California, this time in San Jose. First of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Ottawa on March 15th. The Senators 10-6-4, and they're 5-2-3 over their last 10. Batherson 13 games, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points to lead the way for Ottawa. Perron 7 assists in 13 games over the last month. So Perron's been quiet. He's due for a goal. On the San Jose side, they're 10-8-3 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. Celebrini, of course, leading the way in scoring over the last month. 15 games, 11 goals, 14 assists, 25 points. Ferraro, kind of quiet. 2 assists in 15 games for Ferraro over the last month. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start. The Colorado Avalanche playing in Nashville against the Preds. First of 4 meetings. They meet again December 9th, December 13th, and January 16th. This feels like a trap game. This really does feel like a trap game to me. The Avs record is absolutely ridiculous. 14-1-5, 9-0-1 in their last 10. McKinnon, 13 games, 10 goals, 16 assists for 26 points over the last month. Landeskog, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Landeskog's not producing the way he did before the injuries, but there's no complaints from Colorado or their fans. On the Nashville side, they're 6-10-4. They're 2-6-2 over their last 10. Of course, this is their first game back after the trip to Sweden. Forsberg leading them in scoring over the last month. 13 games, 6 goals, 5 assists for 11 points. Stamkos, still quiet. 3 goals in 13 games for Stamkos over the past calendar month. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start. The New York Rangers playing in Utah against the Mammoth. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in New York on January 5th. The Rangers are 10-10-2 overall. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Panarin, their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 3 goals, 9 assists for 12 points. Connor Sherry, 3 assists in 14 games, also over the last calendar month. On the Utah side, they are 10-8-3 overall. They're 2-5-3 in their last 10. And it's been a struggle for Utah, hasn't it? Cooley's their leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points. Clayton Keller, quieter than he was earlier in the season, 14 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 10 points for Clayton Keller. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start. Dallas playing in Calgary against the Flames. This feels like a trap game too, doesn't it? May have to get those trap magnets out and start throwing them on the preview board again. So Dallas, Calgary, first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again March 3rd and April the 7th. For Dallas, they're 13-5-3 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. Rantanen, 15 games, 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points to lead them in scoring over the last month. Sagan, kind of good, not bad numbers, I guess. 15 games, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. You can score a couple more than that. On the Calgary side, they're 6-13-3. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10, so respectable record over their last 10. Kadri leading the way in scoring, 15 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Farabee, 15 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. It feels like Farabee's starting to heat up for the Flames. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start. Vegas playing in Anaheim against the Ducks. November 8th, Anaheim won this matchup 4-3 in overtime. These teams will play again, a third and final time on February 1st. The Vegas Golden Knights 10-4-6 overall, 4-3-3 in their last 10. Feels like they're starting to put their game together. Eichel leading the way in scoring over the last month. 13 games, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. Brett Howden, 13 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Noticed him a lot in recent games. Figured I'd throw him on the board. Anaheim 13-7-1 overall, 6-4 over their last 10 games. Carlson leading the way in scoring over the last month, because of course he is. 15 games, 8 goals, 13 assists for 21 points. Killorn's due for a goal. 5 assists in 15 games for Killorn. Also, of course, over the last month. All right, let us move along. And now we're going to take a look at the Sunday portion of the schedule. I'm gonna have a drink of my beverage. There we go. All right, we have 6 games on Sunday. So 1 starting early. Then we got a couple other matinee games, and then it doesn't run that late on Sunday, so it's not bad. Starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, the Carolina Hurricanes in Buffalo against the Sabres. So Carolina played in Winnipeg. Now they play in Buffalo. Buffalo goes from hosting Chicago to hosting Carolina. We'll see how this goes. November 8th, Carolina won this matchup 6-3. These teams will play a third and final time January 19th. The Canes are 13-5-2 overall. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. Aho leading the way in scoring for them over the last month. 14 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Jordan Staal, He's a leader in every way except for points. 14 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. But it's fine because they have scoring by committee. So if Stahl scores, great. If he doesn't, they're still winning. On the Buffalo side, they're 7-9-4 overall, 3-5-2 over their last 10. So, of course, the second time a team's on the board, I'm using the number 2 score over the last month, and then I cherry pick somebody else I want to discuss. In Buffalo's case, Tuch is the second leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. And I want to talk just a little bit about Ostlund. Ostlund, 12 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, and he's starting to gain confidence. So this is a Buffalo team that needs somebody to start scoring a little more and leading them to victories more often. Maybe Ostlund can help with that. At 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, the Minnesota Wild playing in Winnipeg against the Jets. I will make sure my wife knows that game's on, actually. On October 28th, it's a 4-3 overtime win for the Jets. December 27th and January 15th, the third and fourth meetings between these teams. Minnesota's 10-7-4. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. And as stated, they go from playing in Pittsburgh to playing in Winnipeg. Johansson, their second leading scorer over the last month, 14 games, 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points. And Zuccarello has been back for 6 games. He's made a big difference. 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. Definitely necessary presence in their lineup. On the Winnipeg side, as I mentioned here, they're 12-7, 6-4 in their last 10. So they host Carolina, then they host Minnesota. Scheifele, their second leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 4 goals, 13 assists for 17 points. It's pretty good. And then you've got Pearson, just the 1 goal in 13 games over the last month. So he's due for at least a couple of points. 5 Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, Seattle in New York against the Islanders. So for Seattle, they go from Pittsburgh to Long Island. For the Islanders, they host St. Louis and then Seattle. And of course, I'm wearing Islanders. They got to win one out of the two at least. The Seattle Kraken, 10-5-5 overall, 5-3-2 in their last 10. Tolvanen, 13 games, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. So he was kind of slow off the start, but he's got things together scoring-wise. Berkeley Catton, 3 assists in 13 games over the last month, looking for a goal. On the Islanders side, 12-7-2 is their record, 7-2-1 in their last 10. Emil Heineman, their second leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. Anthony Duclair, 15 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. He did have a goal, I think, in their most recent game or the one before that. Either way, he does go on hot streaks, so maybe he can get one going. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. The Colorado Avalanche playing in Chicago against the Blackhawks. So for Colorado, they go from playing Nashville to playing Chicago. I would have worn Colorado for the preview. I just felt like that would be a little bit safe, wouldn't it? So Colorado and Chicago will meet 2 more times, February 28th and March 20th. Colorado 14-1-5 record, 9-0-1 in their last 10. Makar, 13 games, 5 goals, 15 assists for 20 points. Drury, 13 games, 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. On the Chicago side, they are 10-6-4 overall. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10 games. Bertuzzi, 10 games, 8 goals, 4 assists, 12 points for their second leading scorer over the last month. And Donato, not as noisy this year with goals, that Ryan Donato. 13 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, Boston playing in San Jose against the Sharks. So that'll round out the California trip for Boston. Boston, as mentioned here, 12-10 overall, 7-3 in their last 10 games. Morgan Geekie, 14 games, 11 goals, 4 assists for 15 points over the last month. I checked. It is ridiculous. Corrali, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points in 14 games over that same time period. On the San Jose side, they're 10-8-3 overall, 7-2-1 in their last 10. So they host Ottawa and then they host Boston. So a lot of interconference matchups early in the season, and that's good. You want to get them out of the way so you have all the divisional matchups for later on in the season. For San Jose, their second leading scorer over the last month is Will Smith, because of course it is. 15 games, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points. Toffoli's been quieter this year, in my opinion. 15 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points over the last month. But as San Jose gets better and they have more gifted goal scorers, they won't rely on Toffoli so much. It's very similar to what happened with Vetrano with the Ducks. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start. Calgary playing in Vancouver against the Canucks on October 9th. Vancouver won this matchup 5-1. These teams meet a third and final time on March the 28th. For the Flames, they're 6-13-3, as I mentioned here. 4-5-1 in their last 10. Backlund, 15 games, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points for Backlund. Lomberg, no points this month, or at least this past month in 14 games. maybe he's due for a point. Vancouver 9-11-2 overall, 3-5-2 over their last 10. The good news is Elias Pettersson is back. Pettersson leading him in scoring over the last month, 15 games, 6 goals, 10 assists for 16 points. So he's above a point per game over the last month. He's playing pretty well. I wanted to mention Verlander is here as well. 12 games played, 3 assists. I think Verlander's looked all right. Verlander has a lot of upside. Obviously, it's a rookie season. I don't think he'll ever put up tremendous point totals, but I think he's looked all right. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. And as always, let me know your picks in the comment section below. That being said, I'm done for now. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your time and your attention. I will talk to you again soon.